Hello, welcome back to The Young Lifestyle. Today we'll be talking about my 25 favorite stationery items of 2025. Now, for the new people, I like to do things in threes over here. So we have this broken into 3 segments. I have my favorite pens, my favorite planning and journaling items, and also my favorite accessories. Those are my favorite things. I feel like those are the things I talk the most about. So hopefully this will be helpful to you. Let me know if I mentioned any favorites that are also your favorites, or if you have any questions or concerns about anything else, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll get right back to you. But without further ado, we're going to get this party started. Again, let me know if you have questions, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, so let's start off with the Kaweco Perco, or it could be pronounced Perkio, whichever pronunciation you would like. But I have these in 3 colors. I originally bought the clear. Is that true? Yes, I originally bought the clear, then I bought the green, and then I purchased pink because at the time it matched my nail color. Because aesthetics, I'm just saying. Anyway, these pens are one of my most smoothest writers for the price point. Like when I say, now the pens are in no particular order. I love them all. But this pen really blew me away. I bought this one and I'm like, oh, I just need one. And then I purchased another one. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. You need more than one. And then we got the pink one, aesthetics, right? So this pen is super awesome. This is a test that I did when I did Vlogtober. Not Vlogtober, I'm so sorry. When I did Pentober. And she is a medium nib. She's so juicy. Like, oh my goodness gracious. Goodness. She's just really good. She knows how to act. What was I going to say? I was going to say she knows how to act around company, but let's see. Let's try to zoom in a little. Do you see her? I'm just saying. I'm just stating facts. This baby, she's a winner. She's a winner. She gets it. She's really juicy, but yeah, she's fine at the same time. I think you need her. I've had so many people, like, my thing is, if you don't believe me, buy one. Buy one. Go to Jet Pens or wherever you buy your pens. Most likely, if they sell Kaweco, they have this pen, and she is what I like to call the Kaweco Sports big little sister. Yeah. She gets it. She's cute. The medium to me is a real medium. Now for some people this medium will be a bit too bold for them, but I like it because she's what a medium fine wants to be when they grow up. Okay? So again, I have 3 of these, and we love them down. This is definitely one of my top 25 pens. 25 pens. I'm sure I have way more than 25 pens, but these are my top 8. Because I chose 8 per. Well, one of them, then we have a bonus. So anywho, I can blab about this pen forever, but this is one of my favorite pens of 2025. Now, I believe it was the year of the Kaweco for me. Kaweco Sport really made me happy this year. I kept grabbing my Kawecos. Now, I do love my Kaweco ballpoints, the roller balls, as well. But it's just something about the fountains. The nibs are so petite and so adorable. Oh my gosh. This is my newer version because I wanted to show her again. But this is my newer version. We have others. Let me grab them. I haven't decided if I want to put a clip on the new pen, but we have others. This is I'm sorry, I forgot it's twist. This is a rollerball that I was telling you. I love a rollerball as well, with the silver accents. And then I have another gold and a different green. And then we have this one. And then we have the solid white. But for me, it was a year of the Kaweco, whether it be the Sport or the Perco. I also have the student pen. She didn't make the list this year because I honestly didn't grab her as much. I really wanted to focus on the pens that I use the most. So this is the student pen. I also have her in clear, but they did not make the cut. But again, we love a Kaweco over here. So Perco, Sport, and I have sports in. I have one fine and the rest are medium nibs, and they're awesome. I love my new pen. She's so cute. Let me see if I have. Oh, I actually have a Kaweco extra fine. Yeeps. That's what the extra fine is. Sometimes because I use bold pens, I like to mix it up with an EF or a fine. And then the rollerball, it equals to a 0.7 that I have. So we love them. We love a good Kaweco. Oh my God, isn't she cool? Okay, calm down. Now, the next pen that I want to show you is one of my favorite starter pens. I always get people that I see are asking about, where do I start? Like, I don't have any fountain pens. Where should I start? The Kakuno is a very popular pen for beginners, and I agree. The Kakuno she's yummy, and I love that the converter holds a good amount of ink, and I love that you can buy this same pen. You can buy this same pen and put different colors in it, but because it's a demonstrator pen where you can see through, it's like the ink is the color. Like, I've seen videos of people they just buy a bunch of the clear and they put different colors in each of them. So just the ink, just the vial of the ink that is different colors, it makes it look cool because it's just like floating. So I love that. So that's an option, but I do love to, my nib is kind of dirty, but on the nib, there is a smiley face to kind of help you on how to position your hands to write, just keeping in line, and I do love that. So Kakuno, you can find them on Amazon. You can find them at just about any place that sells pens, like big pen shops. They usually have them, But again, you can find them on Amazon. I purchased most of mine from either Jet Pens. Did I get Jet Pens or Kinokuniya? So that's another pen. Whoa, that's crazy. Now, I do use a lot of transparent sticky notes. So this is in my favorites pretty much every month and every year, because this is an oil-based pen. And it's a very, very, I want to say, needlepoint, but I think when I looked this up, it said it's not actually a felt tip, because I used to say it's felt tip, but it's perfect for transparent sticky notes. It dries very quickly. Let me see if I can give you a demo. Now, I've had mine for a while, so I've been noticing that I need to repurchase, just in case you see a little interesting situation happening. But see that? So, we love that. This is the Uniball Pen. So, we love this. I have them in the three sizes. I believe it only comes in 3 sizes. I have the 1, the 2, and the 3. And this is the 3. There we go. So, we love that pen. She's awesome. Love her life. Now, since we're talking about Uniball, this pen has helped me so much with my faith journaling. I have recently started to read the Bible, just a chapter, just a verse each night. And I usually write down anything that I don't quite understand, because I really want to read it to comprehend, not just to say, oh, I read the Bible, you know? So I've been writing down and taking notes. I bought a Bible that has like really big margins, and I have been using this pen. This is one of the pens I've been using. I'll show you another. It is the Bic Gelosity. Okay. These are both 0.7s. I love a good juicy bold pen. So the Bic Gelosity, she's awesome. I reviewed her, I want to say last year, and I just haven't been able to put her down. I always grab her. I do love using these pens for my Bible journaling, because because it's a chunkier nib, it doesn't like break through my pages. You know how Bible pages can be fine. And I just really love these for my Bible journaling. But I love these pens in general. Even before I started to read the Bible, these go hand in hand. And since we're here, I have another Uniball that I also pull. These 3 pens I use for Bible journaling, but I also use just for everyday, like an everyday grab. I have tons of these pens. These are from Amazon, the Bic Gelosity. They're from Target that I bought, like I said, about a year ago. And this Uniball I purchased from, I want to say Amazon as well. But this is no shocker to the stationery community. This pen is pretty popular. This is the Uniball Signo, and this is in a 0.7. Now this pen comes in a 0.5. Last year I mentioned another pen. It is the Sharpie S Gel. We love that pen too, but I did run out of those pens fairly quickly because I used them all the time, so I didn't really grab them because I haven't had a time to pick those up. But that is an honorable mention. But I don't just love the Sharpie S Gel. I love the Sharpie S Gel in the 1.0. I know the Sharpie S Gel comes in a 0.5, but I love the 1.0. So just in case you want to take some of these Ricks to the store and say, hey, I want to get this pen, this pen, this pen, make sure most of the pens that I have that I've been using are 0.7, and usually if they're not 0.7, they're 1.0. So that are all my pens.
What do you mean by that?
Unipen pen. We have the Signo. We have the Uniball. I don't know if I mentioned the name of this one. This is the Uniball 207 Plus. So sorry if I didn't mention that. The Uniball 207 Plus. So that's 3. Then we have the Big Gelosity 4. Then we have the Kaweco Sport. That's 5. We have the Kikuyo. That's 6. And we have the Kakuno. I'm sorry. We have wow. What is going on? Okay, so we have the Uniball. We're gonna do them in order. How about that? We're going to do the Uniball Pen. We have the Uniball Signo 0.7. We have the Uniball 207 Plus. We have the Kikuyo. We have the Big Gelosity. So that's 5. We have the Kaweco Sport. That's 6. We also have the Kaweco Parco. That's 7. And and then we have, of course, the Twsbi Eco. Oh, how I could count the ways of this pen. She's beautiful, but she's also like chunky. She's also tall. And you can't quite cap her. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but look at that reservoir. Look at all of that ink. Crazy town. But I love, let me grab a couple. I love Twsbi Ecos. And I really want to give them a shout out because they came out the gate with these colors. What I believe is the coffee collection. This isn't the coffee collection. And I don't have I'm missing Matcha, but trust me, she's here as well. But, oh, here she is. This coffee collection, when I tell you, she took my timeline by storm. I'm so glad that I got all the colors and all the nibs that I wanted because I'm a crazy girl and I have to order the day they launch. Mind you, I missed the only color that I missed this year that I'm kicking myself for is Carrera. I did not get Carrera, but trust me, she's on the way. She is on the way. Miss Carrera. Look her up, check her out. But we loved Twsbi this year, and she really blew me away. Usually Twsbi comes in like these fun, funky colors, but this year they came out with the coffee collection and they listened to us about bringing us neutrals, and we love them. And these are my top pens of 2025. Do you see that? Next segment. Okay, so let's jump right into journaling and planning. So, journaling, this sticker book was very helpful to me. When I tell you I dug into her, like I dug into her. I feel like most of the stickers that I really love I've already used. I'll show you a couple examples. Like, I love, when I tell you I loved this sticker book, it's an understatement. Sometimes I don't really have much to write. I lay my stickers down and then I get inspiration from that. But I really absolutely adored the stickers from this sticker book. I have and they had really cool like letters as well. It was just such a great tool for journaling for me, because sometimes I don't really get motivation until I lay my stickers down, like I said before. But I really truly enjoyed this sticker book. It was so good. What's going on here? Okay. So I really enjoyed that sticker book. It was so good, and I had a great time with it, from like regular plain, like, you know, decorative stickers to florals to, it had a little bit of everything in this book, and I love it. So if you need some sticker journaling inspo, there you are. There he is. I purchased mine from Target. And I've had him for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. And I'm just getting to the point that I feel like I want another one. Now, this author does have a brand new, different version sticker book, but I think I'll just get another one of these. Not that I think anything is wrong with the other one, but I really enjoyed this one and the stickers in it, and I was able to cover a lot of space in my journals with them, and not cover them as like I'm not writing, but sometimes I want a big sticker. Sometimes I want a small sticker, and they also give you letters, which I love that too. They give you letters and numbers inside. I just feel like this is an all-in-one grouping. Now, will I get the other one? I probably would. But from the pictures that I've seen, I didn't really see anything that was really something that I feel like I would utilize most of it. So, love this book. I'll link it below. I'll link as much as the information, as much as the items below as I can. Some items I want to say, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if, I was going to say limited edition, but some things do come back. So I will link what I can in the description, just in case you want to know. Now, okay, so we're going to stick with the journaling section, then we'll move into planning. But I did want to give an honorable mention. Well, this is definitely one of my favorites of 2025, and that is the desk calendar from Cloth and Paper. What I used it for was more so for my journaling to signify the month as like an overlay. Like, what do you guys call it? A tip-in? So I used it as an overlay, still writing on that page, but I did it every month, and I really enjoyed it because it's transparent and you're still able to see my actual journal entry, and it was so much fun. It was just perfect to be able to layer in that way. I really enjoyed this. So this was one of my favorites for 2025. And also one of my huge favorites, I want to say, is the pencil boards. I have grown a huge love for llamas. I don't know where it came from. I'm not really an animal person, but for some reason, I just think llamas are just the most beautiful animal ever. And when they came out with this pencil board, I fell in love. Now, I love the pencil boards that I picked. They have some sort of significance with them. Like, I have one with like snow on it, and for those that don't know, I love pictures of snow, and I don't have it with me now, but they had a collection where it was like, you know, someone in the snow. I don't want to say what it was in New York, but it was a picture of just a snowy season, and that really made me happy as well. It was a small A6 size, and I love green. So I got this for last year, and I used that to death. With me playing with inks, and even with this challenge that, you know, was something that I did differently this year with Vlogmas, I not only did monthly swatches, I not only did the single swatches in each day, I also did swatches, like bigger swatches, because those small swatches don't really show the integrity of what the ink could do. So I wanted to have like a bigger surface, and it definitely helped. And this pencil board helped because if you notice, like in the beginning, I had some transfer over from one to the next, especially when you're using wet ink. You see how the blue came over from, well, not so much the blue. There were other colors from this seeping over through here to here, and once I started using the back of my pencil board, like, I don't mind if the back gets all grimy, even though the front has some ink spots too, but I think it gives it character. But I love writing on it too when I'm using certain pens, especially sharp pens, just so it doesn't write over to the next page. So, you know, I use it what it's for, but I also love using it when I'm playing with ink. So, pencil board is one of the items for my journaling experience that I loved in 2025. Also, my A6, A5 combo. Now, I wanted to, for 2025, I switched it up with my Faith. Because, see, I have a illustrated Bible, and then I have a Faith notebook, or like a Faith log, I like to call it, and I'll show you that. I'm sorry, I'm shaking you around, but I went from A6 with my Faith log to A5 with my Faith log. Now I go Avec with, Avec is the name of two books being broken into 1 year. So this is one half of the year, and this is the other half of the year. And I feel like that's perfect for the structure that I like for journaling. I never want journaling to seem like a chore, you know, and when I was in A5, it was just too much. But for Faith journaling, this cover is from Cloth and Paper. How do I get this without hole punches? Is I have the monthly subscription box with Cloth and Paper, and I request an A5 unpunched. That's one of the options when you pick your size. And when we get a dashboard, I just use it as a cover. So that's that. And then I just get one of the clear covers from my Dory, like this, and I cover it. This is a clear pocket that I got from Target years ago. But what I loved about this structure, let me see if I can show you. One moment. I just have, I don't know. Hold 1 second. I'm sorry. So, this is what I do with my faith planner. I listen to a devotional every day, and I write where we're reading from in the devotional, and then I write whether I go into church or I watch church online. So that's how I keep structure with that. And this is a Hobonichi day free. So pretty much you get a month on 2 pages for the full year. You actually get up until March of the following year, and then all the pages are free. So it's like a notebook with a month at a glance for each month, which that's perfect for me for notes, because when I was in the A6 size, I felt myself holding back from writing in it because I didn't want it to complete before the year was over. So this size is actually perfect because I do have, a slither left for the year. So this was a perfect choice. I have my index here, and in the beginning I was writing what was midweek service versus Sunday service. But then I started to, a very bad example of hand lettering, but we tried hand lettering at the top of the page, and although I did love that, I started still doing my indexing for some, but I really fell in love with this structure. And then I found a book. It's called the Ransom Sticky Note. No, I'm sorry, the Ransom Sticker Book, I believe it's called. I'll link it below. I'll link it in the caption as well, just in case you want to take a look. But it has these cute ransom stickers, like lettering for each letter alphabet, pretty much. And they have different sizes, different shapes, different fonts. And I started to do these for my headers for either Bible study or church notes. And I fell in love with these titles. So I started doing that. I really started to play around and see what I really liked. And my favorite for 2025 is going from my faith notes being in A5 and my journaling being in A6. So those are my favorite. I feel like I found the structure that I've always wanted with Hobonichi. I feel like with paper, once you find where you fit, it just feels like a totally different world. So that's that. I did pencil board. We did the desk calendar from Cloth and Paper that I showed you the overlays for. We did the sticker book. So that's it for journaling. Now for planning. Well. Now, the fluted dashboard has taken over my life. Okay? Fluted dashboard is one of those trendy things that I feel like I will never ever be over. I feel like I always want this fluted dashboard in my desk agenda. It just works for me. It just gives me the seamless look that I like. And it really blew me away. And I'm still not over it. I love the the CP Petite I think like I've mentioned before, I'm addicted to the littles right now. Like A6, CP Petite, I just feel like, just that compact place to hold your things. This is just like an elevated notebook. It's not a planner or anything. I do have planner layouts in here because I used to create layouts when I was an affiliate with Cloth and Paper. just to show how to use certain inserts. So I do have inserts in here just for like layouts that I was trying to structure for my bigger planners. But I absolutely adore this little thing. Like, she's just so good. And I have so many. I don't even know why I bought a year at a glance for this, but look at it. She's cute, you know? But we love her. We love her life. Fluted dashboard is definitely my girl. I also wanted to mention the yearly overview. Now, I had to rewrite my information here. That's why you don't see anything here, because I had a spill in my classic HP. I had an ink spill. That was a bit interesting. Yeah, I wanted to cry low key, but we didn't. We kept it together. But we were still able to transfer some of the info over to our new place where we're going to be doing our creative planning. So I absolutely adore the yearly overview, because I've realized in my years of planning or attempting to plan, I prefer a quarterly view of my numbers. I don't like to look at numbers like daily, but just, it's important to see your numbers and where you stand and what's working and what's not. And I feel like in a creative aspect, I feel like it works for me. And I'm able to see quarterly how I'm doing, or if I'm stagnant, or if I need to do better somewhere. But I usually write them separately, and then I bring them over. I still have to bring over December over, and I think November as well. But I have my December and November numbers in the one that had the spill, and then I'm going to write it over. But I really love the yearly overview. This is my 3rd year buying the yearly overview for Cloth and Paper, from Cloth and Paper, and I really enjoy it. Last but certainly not least, we're going to go back to... Okay, so we're going to go back to my self-care log and my inbox inserts. Okay, let me count the ways. She is one of my favorite things. Like, I think it will always be my favorite things. I write scripture in here. I have recently redone, because the ones I had before was kind of grimy, because I've been using these for a while. These have recently been updated, but I think it's just a slight update. It's nothing like crazy. You still get the same gist with these inserts, and I just love them because they have just enough space for you to write a scripture. So we love that. Inbox inserts. My favorite notebook this year would have to be the CP Petite. Like I said, she's an elevated notebook, so she has dividers and everything. She's super cute. But I love her because she just works. She can be thrown in my purse. She could be thrown in a tote bag. She's not going to take up too much space in either place. And I have so many different layouts of notes in here. I have old breakdowns of different layouts for planning in here, and she's just good. I really, really love her. She has all of her little dividers. I could write information in here whenever, and her little dashboards are just so adorable. But for the most part, I'm really just jotting down notes. And it's just a perfect size. And I think she's perfect. Yeah. Whenever I get dashboards or anything for her. I'm always so shocked on how tiny it is because I'm coming from being a large planner girl. I'm new to this whole small planner lifestyle, so we love her. She's yummy and so perfect. She has top tabs and bottom tabs. I'm sorry, top tabs and side tabs. Yeah, so we love her. And that's my favorite notebook for 2025. All right, so my Penco clips. We are now on accessories. Now, if you guys were around for Vlogmas, you constantly saw these clipped to the side just to keep the page straight so I can do my swatching, but I have been using these things like crazy. At first I just wanted them because they were trendy. You see them clipped to everyone's either pouch or notebook or journal. You see them clipped to everywhere and you're like, what is so special about them? I couldn't tell you what is so special about them, but they just come in handy. They come in handy when you need to journal. I feel like they're more of a journaling thing than a planning thing, but I've seen them used for planners as well. You know, it's one of those things. However you see them helpful is what they're for. But I've noticed that I really like them when I'm doing pen swatches because it keeps everything secure, you know, just so your ink stays, for me, because I'm always shanky. I'm always over here trying to figure out what, you know, doing like 97 things at one time. And this just helps me to know, like, okay, keep everything together, everything structured. So we love the Penco clips. Now, I have gotten quite a bit of questions about my Delphonics pouch. Now, I love a good Delphonics pouch, I do. I think that the small ones are perfect for everything. Because, well, not everything. I feel like everything as far as everything that you would need just to get some small journaling done. Or even if you're not heavy with the ephemera and the sticky notes and all of the things, this has helped me with Bible journaling, just picking out different tabs, and my scissors are in here. I have sticky notes in here. Sometimes I write notes about certain prompts or certain words that I see often when I'm Bible journaling. Like, for example, this I keep in the pouch as well for, you know, words when I'm doing my Bible readings. But I also, let me see if I can grab, one moment. Oh. This is my illustrated Bible. But as you can see, I keep my page flags in here, and I like mark different pages that I want to go back to or that I feel like has like a heavy reference for me to get to. So I really love having those tabs at the ready. And like I said, I have scissors, I have sticky notes, I have a little bit of everything in here that I need when I'm either journaling or planning. And it is perfect. It's not big enough to be clunky and just carry a bunch of junk. Like, it's really, like, you really have to be purposeful when you get a smaller Delphonics pouch, because I know me, if I get the large Delphonics pouch, which I want to get the large Delphonics pouch. Yeah, I want to get the larger one, but I know me. Whenever I think I want the large pouch, I'm like, ooh. I just feel like it's just going to be a deep hole of things that I'm going to forget that I have, and then I'm going to end up buying again. story of my life. But we love a Delphonics pouch. This is my second one. I also have black, but that was a quick regret, because the reason I regretted it is because it wasn't like, this is a wipe material. You can easily wipe away if you oops something. But I bought the black cloth, and the black, it just attracts way too much like lint, and I take a lot of pictures of my things, and it's important that my things are ready to be photographed. And last thing I want to do is get a lint roller on a pouch, right? So, Delphonics pouch. Next item. Now, if you've seen my pouch video, I've talked about these. I'm always talking about these. These pouches, Yuruliku, I believe I'm saying it properly, but I adore these pouches. I recently bought a brown. Say hi, brown. Say hi. That is the brown. So I recently bought the brown. So I have 3. And then when I made the pouch video, a couple of my supporters quickly told me that their website carries them. They have a website that carries them, and even though there are tariffs, they are still cheaper than getting them from where I purchased them from. So, you guys are going to go to Yuruliku, or if you want them quicker, I know that Bomb Cohen also carries them in store. So if you could catch them open when they are open, catch them open and pick up one. Now they do have an A5 size as well. And I love a good pouch with a good zipper. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I really didn't say much, but, sometimes you don't have to say much. I keep sticky notes in here, because why wouldn't you have sticky notes in every pouch? More sticky notes in here. I love the flat zip around, and with this denim material. And then remember when I told you I had some supporters that told me that they have a website that you could purchase from? Yeah, so I went there. Now I have the trifecta, right? I have all 3 colors now. I went there just to look, just browse. And quickly realized that I thought I had every color, but they also have a gray. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there. If you see a gray on my desk, don't say anything. Not a peep. Not a peep. Anyway, I do love a good Lamy. Are they my favorite? No. But I do love them. Are they? Let me rephrase. Are they my favorite for 2025? They are not. Have they been my favorite for the year? They have. Not this year though. But we do love them. I mean, they're in my favorite pouch. I mean, I told you a lot. I do like to take them out when I'm going on a play date, a journaling date. Yes, we can take the Lamys. We know they're going to give me what I need. Now, I like a Lamy, but my favorite Lamys are ballpoint Lamys. Just to bring it back to the pen section, ballpoint Lamys are my favorite. I also love a Kaweco rollerball as well. Yes. Hopefully that made sense. What is that? You guys are throwing me off. Yes, you guys. Anywho, this zip around pouch is my fave. I will mark the correct name for it. It's not called a zip around pouch. I believe it's called a flat pen pouch or flat pen case. But again, I'll put the correct name and a link where you can purchase these pouches. I love a good pouch. Don't you? Like, wait a minute. Listen to this really quick. Hold on. Because I don't think you're really understanding. Like, let me, one more time. You see? I've said it in other videos and I'll say it again. If the zipper is raggedy, throw the whole pouch away. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The next thing I have to go grab. One moment. Okay. My Kakimori dip pens. I use these things so often. And they take a licking and they keep on ticking. I love them. And I do get this question a lot. People don't realize that the nib and the holder are separate costs. They are. But you don't have to get a Kakimori holder. They have cheaper alternatives if you don't want to get their holders. But would I suggest you get their holders? I like them. Me personally, I do. Have I tried others? I have not. But I'm sure the others are amazing. I'm a matchy girl, even with brands. Like, I like, if I'm buying one thing and they have other things that I also like, I'm going to buy them together and I'm going to make a family for them, you know? But I'm not opposed to trying other holders. I'm just saying this setup is both Kakimori. I also want to mention honorably, Kakimori has impressed me thoroughly this year. This is also a Kakimori fountain pen in moss green, and she's delightful. She's also a very smooth writer. I'm giving her an honorable mention because I really haven't really truly put her on the road. But the times that I did write with her, it was very enjoyable. You will see more of these. That's how much I love that. So, just mentioning it, just so you know, it's coming back through the pipeline. Just didn't make it to the favorites because I didn't grab it as much. But the Kakimori dip pens they're my babies. Love them. Love them so much. How many other ones did I want? There are 3 other dip pens that I want from Kakimori. When I say pens like the full situation, I have 3 more sets that I want to buy. So I have 3 more nibs that I want and 3 more holders that I want. So you will see them because they are a little pricey, but I see the value in them. So I don't mind spending the money because I truly feel like I've gotten more than my cost per wear with these. So, or cost per write, I should say. But these are just so lovely. When I say so lovely, I love these. So yes, Kakimori dip pens definitely on the list of my favorite items of 2025. Okay, now I have had quite a few questions about this tray that I keep on my desk. I love this tray. Now, this is not marketed as a pen holder. It's just me. If I see a divot, I'm going to put my pen there. You know? So this is actually from Crate and Barrel. And we love this. It is just, when I saw it at Crate and Barrel, it was actually during my birthday time. And I had asked for something and my mom purchased the item from Crate and Barrel, and I was looking around and I saw this and I was like, oh. Now, I do want to let you guys know, if you order this item, it comes, I believe it only comes with 1 SKU, but if you're to get this tray, I believe it's called a trivet. If you're to get this item, make sure, try to either pick it up in store or do a pickup in store where you can see it before you actually purchase it, or just go into the store and just grab it. Because if you order this online, this comes in different colors. The base is a different color. The marbling could be a different shade. Because when I purchased it, I went through like 8 of them before I got to this marbling that I like. So I would purchase it in store if I were you. Now, if you don't mind gambling, definitely do your thing. But this can be different depending on what you like. Now, you may like a darker variant, then, do what you like. But it's not guaranteed that the one that you would get will look like mine. I picked this one. And honestly, this was the only one that I purchased. This one that I purchased, this was the only one that looked like that I found in the store. I don't want you to order this and think that the one that you order is going to look like this one. They all look different. It's just like any other marble cut. One part of the marble is going to look different than the other part of the marble. So I did want to mention that, because I don't want y'all cussing me out saying I ordered that and it looked different. Okay, no. It will look different, but will it be a different that you like? So hopefully that was clear. But I love this as a display on my desk. It works beautifully. I've been having it on my desk and I don't see my desk without it anymore. It fits perfectly in my tray that I already have on my desk, and it is one of my favorites for 2025. So finally, the last accessory that will most likely be in every one of my top items, and that is my Muji containers. Now, I brought a couple drawers over just so you can see how I use them with and without a liner. Now, the liners come from a different company. I will definitely link those as well. But as you can see, if they're a smaller, more finer pen and you have enough of them, they can just rest on each other. I do like the way they do rest on each other with my inner gels, because those are one of my favorite everyday pens and they just work for me. I love the different nib sizes. I love the ink flow. I love the smoothness, and they have been drying quickly for me, so love everything about them. Now, then there are fountain pens that you don't really want to touch each other. You want to keep the integrity of the pen. And although Twsbi's, I really don't baby my items, and honestly, that is one of the downfalls I have about some fountain pens, that they're just so delicate that it's like, oh no, they can't touch it. They'll make you scratch. I never want to have something so delicate that I have to baby. Even my Louis Vuitton planner covers, when I tell you those things have been tossed around the room, I have dropped them, things have happened, and they're still fine. I never want to be that tedious and that careful with my things, because life happens, and I get that. I don't even have kids, so I just want to put that out there, that you can definitely put liners there, but if you have enough of them, they can rest on each other, and I think they'll be fine. But I do like the look of a liner when it comes to more fountain pens or pens that they need that structure, because I don't have enough to do this with. So I just wanted to mention that. Now, the Muji containers I will also link. But this is another item of my top 25. Could you see why? Look at I love my Muji containers. Mind you, mine are kind of grimy because I do need to reorder, because the Muji containers that I have, I've had them over, I've had them 12, 24, over 10 years. Back when people used to use them for makeup, I was putting my pens in them. But I've had them for a long time, so it's time to re-up and reorder, although the prices drastically changed because they're popular. But anywho, we need to reorder. We're going to reorder, restructure. I have so much happening here in the Young HQ that I need to update. I still have some purging I need to do. And yes, back to the item. These are my last accessory favorite of 2025. We're down to the wire. My favorite item of 2025, which is also my favorite cover for 2025, because I picked this thing up more than any other item. Now, although this isn't a planner, and this isn't a planner cover, this is actually a notebook cover. And this is my journal. I absolutely adore this cover. I've already told you that I love this A5 size, but this size works for me. I would definitely love to find another, different print, but same Cuvée Carnet from Louis Vuitton. Now, this is a discontinued style, but you can definitely still find it on the pre-loved market. But all the ones that I've seen are way more than what I paid for this. And I feel like with the pre-loved market, if you keep looking, you can find what you're looking for. You just have to have patience. It's just the prices they're asking for these are crazy. I really love this cover because of the pockets on the side. They're like out of the way. They don't really require you to like chuck stuff in it, because I feel like the pockets are really meant to be stylish. Like, yeah, you probably put some items on the side, but really these pockets on the side are just so perfect. I love this cover. It just works for me, and she takes a licking. Like I said, I don't baby my planner covers or my notebook covers because there is a difference, but I absolutely adore this, and this is the item that I absolutely picked up the most in 2025. So I hope that my list was helpful. Most of the items I believe is available for you, or you could sign up to be notified when the restock happens if it's not available. Now, this is a bit harder to find, but I feel like most of the things that I've mentioned should be attainable for you to find somewhere on the interwebs. Ask ChatGPT. I usually ask Chat everything. Everything. I've been asking Chat everything, any and everything. It's so funny that Gary Vaynerchuk was just saying that we live in a space and time right now where you really cannot say I don't know. Isn't that crazy? Like back in the day, like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? The internet has the answers. Just ask. But that's all I got. These are my items. I love, love, love everything that I've shared. Everything also that I have shared, I've used up a bunch. I'm surprised that my Energels wasn't on the list this year, but I did not grab them as much as I grabbed my Uniballs. Pentel, I'm sorry. Anywho. And I did have a Energel that I did fall in love with, but I grabbed that like mid-year. I didn't really have it the whole year, But that Energel, that one, I'm kind of hesitant to put that on the list because it is a Japanese exclusive. It's a Japan exclusive Energel, so it's harder to find in the US, and I've already been cussed out many times about that pen. So we're gonna chill on that. We're gonna chill on that Energel, but for the most part, I've showed you guys all of my favorites. I hope that you have a beautiful week. If you have any questions or concerns, like I said in the beginning of the video, be sure to mention it in the comments, and I will see you right back here next Monday. See ya.